We've talked about gut debt, and, James can kind of speak to that analogy further, but really that's what happens when someone says, I feel better without plants. And,
Right.
James, you can kind of explain what gut debt is and how
Yeah.
people get in that gut debt that we kind of talk about.
Yeah, so the story of this is really we see and we help our patients understand that a lot of times this could have happened way before you were even born, right? We get into your
Mhm.
great grandma, your grandma, your mom, they're already racking up the gut debt for you. And it's true like in actual debt, like finances, right? We can come from families where, oh wow, I have this trust fund and we have all these properties and I'm well taken care of, and you're born into this wealthy family. Great. Uh, Many of us are not, right? And so it can also be true for health, where maybe you are born into a financially wealthy family, but maybe not a healthy family, even, right? With actual physical health, microbial wealth in a
Microbially,
way,
yeah.
right? But so in this analogy, it works really well because in the same way you can be born into a family where you don't have a trust fund and you don't have that wealth, the same can be true for your microbial and gut health, where your grandma and your mom have been hard at work, really kind of destroying their inner ecosystem, their gut microbiome, these healthy bugs that make us who we are and keep us healthy and strong. And so what we call that is transgenerational effects. This can be then passed on to you in utero, in birth, right? In your birth, in your birthday, happy birthday, here's your gift, IBS, right? We see this in studies where
Mhm.
mothers can pass along a microbiome that is more prone to IBS, to Crohn's, to colitis, to even
Celiac
just,
disease.
even we're seeing metabolic issues, right? So across the board disease. And so you're already starting off in debt. But then our life, I had a life that was making me in microbial debt and gut debt, which was hyper processed food and a sedentary lifestyle and family trauma and all these things that just rack on the debt. And then we go on TikTok and social media and it's like broccoli's bad, cabbage is bad. And it's like, well, given the context of this gut debt, these healthy foods that maybe you haven't been eating, or these fermented foods that you've never really eaten in the modern age of our society, you're like, oh, those hurt my stomach. Well, it's because you have this debt. And so the analogy of actual debt is what a lot of people tend to do when they have a lot of debt is they start getting letters in the mail and emails and phone calls like, hey, pay your debt. And that's what your symptoms are. The stomach aches and the diarrhea and the constipation is like your body going, hey, pay your bills. You have debt, get this taken care of. What we like to do is go, let's just rip up the letters. Let's change our phone number. Let's move even if we have to, right? To avoid these calls, these symptoms are going, hey, help me, help me, help me, pay me, pay me, pay me. No, no, no. Let's avoid that. So you may go to a doctor, you may go to a nutritionist, you may follow someone online who's saying, hey, just rip up those bills, problem solved. Change your phone number, problem solved. Change your email, problem solved. The problem is not solved. It looks like it's solved. You get some peace, like Dahlia said initially, where you go keto or carnivore and you go, oh, my stomach feels better. My abs are showing. I feel so much healthier. And so you get a little bit of that peace. But the further you go down the line, you start to realize, oh, you know what? Something else is going on. Or whether you develop eczema or your cholesterol's through the roof, or you start to get heart palpitations, and the list can go on, right? And you start to go, wait a minute, okay, this piece that I thought I had, in the analogy, right? You go to buy a car, or one of your kids needs to go to college and you go to take out a loan. Oh, my credit score is negative 50, right? Like, oops, this piece I thought I had was a farce. It really wasn't there. We didn't get to the root. So we're saying get to the root. How do you do
Mhm.
that? In the analogy of gut debt and debt, right? You come up with a healthy plan. You look at a budget, and it's to say this money and these microbes and these foods, they're not bad. It's just using them in the proper context.
Mhm.
It's budgeting them well. It's not saying, okay, fermented foods are great, eat 50 pounds of them a day. No, it's starting with 1 teaspoon if you need to a day, and understanding the context to work your way back up and what's going on and then you can kind of go from there and succeed. So for those of you that don't know, Dahlia was our first patient. She struggled with SIBO and IBS and so many GI problems on a day-to-day basis, hunched over, causing so many other issues. We wish we had a protocol in place, a program in place that led her through step by step, inch by inch, and really guide by guide, so she had everything at her fingertips. Now we have that. That is our Good Gut SIBO IBS program. You can do it 100% plant-based. You can customize it, but it is one of the only programs that is geared towards plants, that can help you customize plants, that can help you tolerate more plants, and really gets to the root of your SIBO, of your IBS, of your ISO, SIFO, IMO, and any other type of overgrowth.